Hey, deserving listeners, 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days, a new season. Let's watch.
Hola.
Hi, baby. I have missed you so much today. What have you been doing?
I just ordered some food, and I'm going to go pick it up.
Okay, maybe tell me all the evidence. Because right in here, and I don't know what you've been doing the whole day.
Okay, that's alarming. Maybe it's a language barrier thing, but... So I haven't been reacting to Gino and Jasmine. What can I say about what I've seen so far? Well, Gino seems like an interesting guy. He's if someone were to be cast in a movie or a TV show and told to play a nerd, this is how they would play it. His laugh is nerdy, the way he talks, the things that he says, the way he dresses, like everything about him is nerdy. Nothing wrong with that. He's an engineer. Engineers are nerds sometimes, not always. Shout out to my nerd friends and my engineer friends out there. I consider myself to be a nerd. I played Dungeons and Dragons back in a time when only nerds played it, and you were terrified of anyone finding out that you played Dungeons and Dragons. But so anyway, point is that I don't know if that would insult him. I hope it doesn't, but I'm guessing that he would be okay with, yeah, I'm an engineer, I'm kind of nerdy, that's fine. He is, he eats meat, and he's not a vegetarian. She is, and what else did we learn about him? Oh, he is insecure about going bald, and he says that he always wears a hat, and that he's told her that when he comes down there, she's in Panama, that he's going to wear his hat. He has 3 hats, and he's going to wear them all the time, unless he's sleeping, even though she knows that he is bald, but he doesn't want to show it. Okay. It's unfortunate that people have been given messages that they have to shame their body this way, but it's something that he just doesn't feel comfortable with, which is okay. I don't know what that says about his personality or his sense of self-worth or something. What else did we see? But anyway, the alarming part right here is they get on the phone and she's like, okay, what are you doing today? And he's like, oh, well, and she's like, okay, I need a full account. I need evidence. I need you to show me. And because I need to know that for X, Y, and Z. As she's saying, like, unless I get a full rundown of everything you're doing, then you're cheating on me, or I'm a controlling codependent person, or I'm just super interested in what you're doing and there's nothing nefarious about it at all. Let's watch.
Yeah, I know the routine. Okay. Jasmine likes to know every time I go out from my home, I let her know, hey, I'm going at this time and this is where I'm going.
So again, it doesn't sound great, but let's see if we can figure out what's going on. If he doesn't give her a rundown of everything that's happening, what does she do? She's like, oh, well, I just love you and I want to be there with you and it's just really great for me to know what you're doing. Or is it like, you will tell me what you're doing? By the way, they do have, share your location on Google if you have that. So that could help them or hurt him. Let's watch.
I don't know if she's joking or not, but she says, evidence reports. So usually when I go out, I'll send her screenshots or check in with her because she wants to know where I'm at all times.
So the police emoji icon thing doesn't give me much confidence in what's happening. Again, I'm still... I'm suspecting that this is not a good thing. Is it preoccupation? So there's various, so let me throw out some possibilities since we don't know where this is headed. But so there are controlling codependent people who are operating from a schema developed early in life that it is their job to fix other people's problems, and that the world will come to an end. It feels that way, that unless they find someone with a problem and fix their problems. I don't know what problem she would perceive in him. Maybe it's that he is, I don't know, I don't know, kind of a shut-in. So, it doesn't seem like a shut-in. I don't know what she sees in him. The other thing else in terms of what would be a codependent. But anyway, so the other thing I'll say is that he comes across as a bit quirky, if you will. And I don't know if we're looking at a neurodiverse issue. Sometimes on this show, I have questions like that, and they never give us any data along those lines. So maybe we'll always have that question mark with him, because he certainly presents in a particular way. Not that that really means much, but it would add to the picture. So there's controlling codependents who believe that they have massive amounts of anxiety about other people self-destructing. And so there are different kinds of codependents, but the controlling type of codependent, as I've put it, listen to all my deep dives on it, they will control as a way of managing their own anxiety. So there's that. There's another kind of controlling person who is preoccupied or maybe disorganized attachment. These individuals are terrified of losing you and their way in terms of attachment. And the way that they manage that is through control. They will say, you will not leave my side. And this is, in both of these, the controlling codependent and the controlling preoccupied or the controlling disorganized attached person, this is what we call it. Most abusive relationships are that. Most abusive relationships that in my anecdotal experience, the abuser is either preoccupied, borderline, or narcissistic, or disorganized, or some combination of that. Other control could be sadistic and psychopathic, in that they lack empathy for other people and they just like to control others to get their own needs met. Along those lines, if she really wants to come to the United States and she's hooked an American man with the potential of getting her a green card, and he's susceptible to that kind of control, she could be very dominant in that way of just like, I don't care about him, I need a green card, and I have a general thing about controlling him, and until I get that green card, I'm going to really have him on a hook. The other possibility is that it's a sexual fetish. It doesn't seem that way, but there are BDSM types of relationships where it doesn't just occur in the bedroom, it's all the time. And, certain doms and sub relationships where you will, think of the movie Secretary, if you've seen that, with Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Chris, what's his name? He was the bad guy in Pretty in Pink. Was he the bad guy in Pretty in Pink? Anyway, I'm sure people are commenting below about that. But so for some people, now it's pretty low likelihood that that's what's happening right here. But he seemed pretty giggly about their sexuality, so who knows? But so let's or it's just an innocent, hey, I want to know what's going on in your life because I care about you. Let's see if we can figure out which one.
Yes, I want to go inside with you.
All right, perfect. Sometimes I wonder if she's concerned about me meeting other women, or is it, that she's worried about me being out and getting home safe? Maybe it's both.
Okay, so he doesn't know why, which is interesting that he wouldn't ask, hey, I love that you seem so interested in my life. Like, are you worried I'm going to meet a woman? Because that's not going to happen. So it's notable that they haven't had those conversations. But for him, he's like, yeah, I don't know. Is it that she's jealous and she's worried I'm going to meet another woman? Is she just concerned about my safety? I don't even know what's going on. So it's notable that he doesn't even know.
But if I don't send her text or photos, she can really get upset.
Okay, that's what it seemed like. So it's not, hey, I love you, I want to check in with you. It's, you better tell me what's going on. So that is a controlling behavior. It's not okay to do to an adult. So some red flags there.
Hi. Yeah, I just got a carry out for fish and chips.
Cheesecake, right?
Yeah.
Right here. Brought you with?
The person serving my food.
Let me see.
How you doing?
Okay.
Okay, so it seems that it is another woman issue, and that I'm going to make sure that he's not cheating. Now, maybe she has some traumas around that. That doesn't mean that it justifies any of this. Which the trauma, if it were coming from a place of trauma, I would assume that it was a preoccupied or disorganized attachment, some attachment insecurity issue that she defends through control and scrutinizing and putting a barrier around the person that she wants to attach to. There's another possibility that she just thinks this is gonna be loving. Some people, they see that in their parents or relationships around them, that it's like, well, this is what you do when you express love for your partner, is you become extremely jealous. So, it's another possibility I'll float. But this is starting to look like preoccupied / borderline control. Let's watch more.
What's your first name?
I'm Brittany.
Brittany. Okay. Yeah, it's nice meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, baby, I'm gonna go back home.
Why are you talking to her that much?
What do you mean? I
Oh my god. Whatever.
Okay, yikes. That seems like a lot of control from her. The other possibility I'll throw out there is that he has cheated on her already, and she has legitimate reasons to be upset and to demand evidence. Or is he for real? There's that. So, but yeah, I mean, if we just assume that nothing like that's happened, and we look at the behavior, I mean, this does not look good. And I'm guessing if this continues, which I'm guessing it will, we will have a lot of opportunity to try to figure out what kind of schemas that she's operating from, and also a chance to identify abusive behavior.
No, I'm just talking to her, Sometimes Jasmine can get really jealous, and that concerns me a little bit. We have stupid arguments, and, sometimes we won't talk for almost a day.
Okay, so a couple details there. One is that they talk frequently. So, meaning that he's like, there was one time when it was almost a day, which is, I think, on average for couples when they're having fights, I think that's pretty, short amount of time, especially if you're long distance. But anyway, so he's saying she gets jealous a lot, which it certainly looks that way. When we fight a lot about stupid things, sounds like maybe jealousy being triggered. So, yeesh, it does not look good.
You were just there to pick up your food. Why do you have to be talking?
Why not say hi? It's
But
not a
why
big
would you
deal.
have to ask for her name?
Because, it was my first time in the restaurant. I'd never been
so
there.
that means that the second time you're gonna ask for her cell phone number.
Wow. I mean, yeesh. It's been a while since we've seen something this stark. We saw this behavior with Stephanie and Erica. Who else have we seen this behavior with? Well, we heard this behavior with Ed and Liz. Was that her name, Liz? Yeah. When there was that phone call that was posted online of when Liz went to asked Ed, is it okay if I drive my coworker home, who was a man? And he said, yeah, it's fine. She drove him home, and then when they got on the phone after that, he was chastising her and putting her down and verbally abusive to her. So that was also a severe jealousy, abusive moment. But this is, I mean, it doesn't get more obvious than this, right? Now, you could say on his side, why did you, knowing that she was jealous and she has this, why would you ask that person what their name was? On the surface, it's what's the big deal? But on the other hand, like, well, why would you shoot yourself in the foot by doing it? Why wouldn't you just be like, hey, thanks, money, here's the money, here's the food, okay, see ya. And, really to prove, I don't know, maybe he has a hard time understanding what's happening socially around him. He doesn't really comprehend what's going on in other people's minds, or he's awkward or nervous or something. But it's interesting that she assumes that he is going to ask someone for their phone number. and that the other person will give it to him. Is the other part of that assumption. But yeah, this is pretty awful. And the fact that he isn't like, hey, knock it off, worries me, because either he doesn't feel he has the ability to say that, or she's beaten him down into submission on this to such an extent that he just feels like, well, this is what relationships are like.
Why would I need to do that? I have you. You're the love of my life. Okay?
It's not a nice feeling to feel like insecure. It's because you're so far away, baby, from me.
Okay, that was healthy. I hope she can say, I'm sorry for being controlling and abusive. That's good, taking responsibility. It's hard to be so far away, and it's hard. It's a really terrible feeling to feel insecure. That's great. You can just stay there in that place. Honey, I'm so insecure, it feels bad, and you're so far away, I don't know what to do. Just state it, and if everyone could just state their it's sort of like if you have a thorn in your side. You literally walked past a rose bush and you got a thorn in your side and you can't reach it. And you just went to your partner and said, I have a thorn sticking out of my backside and I can't reach it. End of statement. Of course, your partner will say, well, let me have a look at that, and pull out the thorn. You don't have to go to someone and say, hey, I need you to go back there, and I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need you to grab onto it, I need you to get the tweezers, I need da-da-da-da, I need da-da-da-da, and controlling the other person. You don't have to tell the other person what to do. You can just present your pain, and your partner will, especially over time, learn, and they want to, independently of you making them, they want to solve your problem. So instead of, I feel insecure, therefore I'm going to control everything that my partner does, and I'm going to scrutinize him and give him all these abusive messages of control, and I'm going to tell him what he can do and what he can't do, and I'm going to monitor him, and the panopticon situation. Instead of that, you just say, you're so far away, I'm worried about losing you, I'm insecure. Then he can say, you're the love of my life, and I will never be with anyone else. I don't want to be with anyone. I just want to be with you. I don't think you understand. You're the only woman on the planet as far as I'm concerned. Let me prove to you. I'll show you what I did all day so you could know that I would never, and I don't do that. You present the pain and the anxiety, and your partner will rise to the occasion. If we could all do that, both just present the pain or the anxiety and full stop, and we can rise to the occasion and capitalize on that differentiated expression and help someone, then we could solve so many marital problems.
Jasmine can be a bit jealous, but I think the reason is because she's truly in love with me. So hopefully it's less of an issue when we're together in person.
Okay, so he's making this calculation of well, when we're in person, maybe it will die down a little bit. Given the severity, I can't see that happening. I mean, it's pretty severe, her behavior and the way she's coming across. But maybe we'll see that. And he's saying, well, she's just so in love with me. Yeah, but if you truly love someone, one, you trust them, because it's hard to love someone that you don't trust. And two, you respect their boundaries and you don't tell them what to do. So so from his perspective, he's just like, well, that just means she loves me. And it's like, not necessarily.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm a little emotional about leaving him. His dad just passed away recently, last Christmas. So I'm Uncle Dad, That's my baby, man. He's been my buddy since he's been running around in diapers,
That's really sweet. So to catch people up, his father died recently, and Gino's uncle, Marco, has become his new father, essentially his father figure. And he's really concerned about Gino. And yeah, you got to wonder, is the loss of Gino's father a factor in his decision to date someone from abroad, or maybe even to be blind to indications of incompatibility or control and abuse. I don't know. But yeah, it's sweet that the uncle cares and is worried.
Who's my gordito? Who is it?
Me.
Yes, you. It will always be you, the only one, the owner of my heart, my soul, and pretty soon my body wanna make love to you like two wild animals. I wanna suck your soul.
Quiet.
That's some real talk right there. I will say that, there's an interesting dynamic between the two of them where, I don't know. I mean, we'll see as it develops, but I don't know if we're seeing, I'm guessing it could be. I mean, she seems like a very, I don't know what to say, like strong personality, what people would say, and he seems, and she treats him like he's a child. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with those kinds of dynamics. You can have that work okay, and it can work with flexibility. But I don't know. There's just something kind of odd about their dynamic. But in this moment, it's sweet that they seem to be looking forward to seeing each other.
I have some nerves seeing her, not on a video chat, but in person.
You and me, we were always the dreamers.
How do we get along being together 24/7? Is she going to be more jealous when I'm in person? I don't know.
Yeah, or less. But at the very least, we have some huge red flags about her jealousy that I'm just going to guess we're going to see more of when they're in person. But who knows?
But I believe in true love. And I think Jasmine and I it's true love for her and I. Jasmine, I'm coming. See you soon.
All right, well, that does it for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.